Okay, bro. Okay, let's play. Like. Let's try. Okay, extra time. Excellent. I won't try this formation. عندك برا لا برا كيف لك الأمر ذاتي أنت هلا عندك برا لا نبز دمسي أتلو أتلو يرفوني برا دمسي بزيتي نحن دمسي أكثر كيف جاي فيه تودي أكثر لا تجيب دمسي اسم عن كله قدم لا شرح لي نورمال نحن دمسي أتو نايت جيم تسمع juga naik kerti semak kan Barca oh, bro, you don't have manager? tuttuta. Oh my god.
Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Jan Oblak. He's not someone you often see pulling off spectacular saves, but that's about the highest compliment you can give a goalkeeper because it speaks to his position.
Could be danger here. Right card
gathers from the goal kick. Now it's Batistuta. You proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too. Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean. Oh, that's all spotted. Raikkonen. Marquinhos. Donatoni. Oh, this looks sharp. Quarter of an hour played. Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive. That's been intercepted. That was well played, well stopped. That pass isn't the best. Knocks it out wide. That's where it came from. De Bruyne shapes the shoot. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Caught offside that time. And here's Batistuta. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Plenty to aim at here. Oh, that's fabulous. Laid out to the left flank. Xabi Alonso delivers. You can think ahead, but not take your eye off the ball, and he did. Rice picks it up from the goal kick. Donatoni. And that interception was most necessary. He read that really well and stopped it. And he's forced to go back. Nice looking ball. No luck with that. Dink over the top. There's a sharp little ball here. He is Batistuta! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong. Batistuta deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him. And we have our very first corner. That's just playing it safe and simple. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Saliba wins the duel this time. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise. His shot! Goal! Barcelona! And that is goal number 20. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous. Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust. So the first goal of the game. Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And the referee says that is that for the first half. A very competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Views on the first half? Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed. So they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another, and we know it's an awful long way back. Barcelona leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break. So we're off again. Barcelona currently ahead by the smallest of margins. De Bruyne, well seen, saw that coming. That's great positioning, so good from him. Barcelona are benefiting from a lot of movement up front, are they not? Yeah, and if you're looking to play people in with passes from midfield, you really need willing runners who aren't looking to just get to the defensive line, but to go beyond it. Raikkonen. Xabi Alonso. Ball looks a good one. now? Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. The message is clear, none shall pass. Looking for the run, that has been cut short. So Jim, what are you thinking? Well Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire. Out towards the flank. Jude, he's on it, can he get it? Jude! It's bounced back off the post.
Yes, subscribe.
This is getting
Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish. Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example. Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up. Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up. How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example. Now this could be a chance. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's De Bruyne. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. This is a promising build-up. It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Where's the goal?
Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
You can tell he wanted that too. Still, at least he can smile about it, seeing as there are a couple of goals up. Corner number 2 then. A header!
Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Right, Shevchenko. Griezmann. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though,
Able to hold on.
tried a shot! Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Has another go!
And that's in. With so little time left. Grandstand finish. You don't keep those out. He knew.
He just knew. Oh, what a hit, Peter. And there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured. It was simply inch perfect. Substitution for Barcelona. Number 13. Barcelona are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. Arsenal give themselves a chance.
Fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now?
It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot. Number 3.
Rodri. Number 24. Fletcher. Number 7. Pedri. Number 18. David Villa. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it. 6 added minutes has been indicated. He leaps
For it. And he stuck it away. And surely that.
does it. Perfect time. Decisive strike. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch. He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one. And very quickly, the substitute made.
And that will be
Let's
it.
play now. What is play?
Barcelona can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid
Okay,
display
wait.
of poise, potency, and
Bro, mine is not good in my phone. Bismillah.
so welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights
Will be Jim Beglin. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We're up and running then. Adams promptly onto that, and that is that. And the return pass. That's a super give and go. Rummenigge. Not a bad try by any means. I don't think anyone's really surprised that he's tried that, Peter. He's certainly confident in smacking one from range. Looking for the run. That's a dangerous ball.
and this is and the shot.
Oh, it's come loose. Yaya Toure will be key here, Peter. His versatility and drive makes him a nightmare for the opposition. He was actually a much more conventional holding midfield player in his younger days, wasn't he? Yeah, but he's come on in leaps and bounds since then. In fact, he's at his best when partnered with a defensive midfielder like that, because it means he has license to just join the attack. So he's benefited a lot from his new role. Yeah, it's brought so much more out of him. He's a true all-round player now. Messi. Batistuta, forever the opportunist. A sniff, that's all he needs. Barcelona so far providing no real test of
Ball for the goalkeeper.
Reds one in. Messi cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away. They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes. Goes for a shot!
Keeper.
White. Milan are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers. Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won. Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. And that little bit of skill has got him away. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Messi. Xavi Alonso. Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Tries to play it through. Shevchenko wants to run onto this. Costa Curta. Adams. Passes short and sharp. And Shevchenko! Formidable! Truly formidable! Well, what? And that is indeed the final act. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Barcelona come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline. Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry. So that's it for the
First half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open. That's been slipped through. And it's White. White ventures forward. Very nicely done. Yaya Toure is always looking to break lines. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Rijkaard. And now the breakaway. And that's really well manoeuvred. Batistuta clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way. Your impression so far, Tim? Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller. Played out wide. Makaleli. Yaya Toure. Nice sequence of passes this. Finish! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. That is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal. Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Milan are doing very nicely, thank you. Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep active.
cruising! They are cruising!
And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way. Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day. Milan find a position of real strength now, and things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in. Spread out to the left. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there. They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor. Darren Fletcher. White producing a good steal there.
Showing a good level of alertness.
And here's Vinicius Junior. And here's Vinicius Junior. Oh, just skips past his...
It's the shot! And that's a shot!
Finish. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency. Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest.
Real cut and thrust.
So could they be onto something here? And it's Messi. Passing is crisp and sharp. Vinicius Junior. And the number on the board is 3. Has a look and plays it forward. Messi. This is a promising build-up.
The less said about that pass, the better.
Dealt with nicely by the defence.
And that is that. Well, that was a frustrating game.
My player is slow.
a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
So it's down to business here. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference? Well, Peter, it would have to be the highly rated Dean Howson. The perfect blend of total football and tiki-taka. I like the front-footed approach he takes to defending. He's very effective, pushing people back by almost joining in central midfield himself. He's having a pass! Ambitious! Just off target. Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence. And this is Messi, and he's got away from it. Now it's Tato. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Batistuta. Xavi Alonso. Robertson. And it's Xabi Alonso. Decent chance! Magnificent from Batistuta! A finish right from the top draw. And it's the Netherlands who take the lead. That was easy. Almost too easy. Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played. The Netherlands have broken through. It's 1-0. Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out. This is a promising build-up. And it's Rice. Duke might be done. Oh, shooting chance! He's got to be quick to recover this. And he can thump it away. Owen. Passing is crisp and sharp. That's a look and place it forward. Mathias Cunha. Oh, he's having a go! Denied by an instinctive save. I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. And this is Batistuta. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Laid up towards the front line. And he's managed to get rid. Great defending, strong and determined. And here's Tato. This is Owen. And Owen! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Owen clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way. Tato! It's bounced back off the post. Xabi Alonso. We've reached half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. Time with a 1-0 lead.
Please keep your eyes on your
There's plenty of positives to
Take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy. A little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask. The Netherlands leading by the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break. And so the action is resumed. The Netherlands can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here. Rice, he's being urged to shoot, and he shoots! Well, the ball's run loose here. Mateus. Howson is always getting the pitch for targets. Oh, what a ball! He's had a shot! And that's in! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable, that has resulted in considerable embarrassment. Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave. So that's 2 now without reply. Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up. And here's Pato. Oh, well played, well played. And the You just know there is no stopping that. And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that. Coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Manchester United cut their deficit and look raring to go again. Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That's a shade optimistic. No, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look. Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he? Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore. And that means just one thing, I suppose. Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Tries to think it through. Manchester United really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort. It's the play! And it's Lopez. This is Messi. Saliba with the clearance. Tries to play it through. Henderson makes the interception. And he is dashing away. Messi! Hits the goal! Manchester United are back on level terms. And wow, he has given that a right old hit. That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection. Well, what a game we have on our hands here. Manchester United really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue. Look at the finish!
Oh, that could be pivotal! Is this the
Moment they stole it! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency. Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed. The Netherlands look like they've won it, but it's not over yet. Well, what an end to the game, Peter, but now comes the over...
And time is up.
So
The Netherlands can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. A truly emotional roller coaster that.
Picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
noises just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. It is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
So we're up and running. Arsenal have opted for a 4-5-1 formation, it appears, Jim. Well, this setup, Peter, can be very defensive if that midfield is in place purely to form a protective layer in front of the back four. But it can also be a launchpad to very quick counter-attacks. If you can offer pace and accuracy on the front foot, it can have a devastating effect, actually, at the offensive end of the pitch, too. It's Drogba! Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. Here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee. Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a double. Finishing it off. He's having a hit! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Trying to keep this in. That'll be a throw. It's Kunde. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Decent shot! He's got a goal! Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him? Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking. We're looking at a different game now. Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant. Smartly reclaimed. Now it's Drogba. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Xavi Alonso, Schneider, Batistuta. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And the pass is intercepted. Arsenal are inclined to exhibit a more cavalier approach to the game, Jim. Yeah, possession-based football can be expansive and stylish, provided you have enough ballers in your team and someone who can dictate the tempo. It's not a style that anyone can necessarily play easily, Peter. McAllister. And that's been intercepted. That was well played, well stopped. And it's Rice. Chosen to go back, really got in his space there, and header! And a finish to match. Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it. Lends it away back here. Xavi Alonso. Mbappe. And we've reached half-time. The Netherlands have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time.
Which is, for them, more or less ideal.
Please join me in wishing a happy...
The big
Point to the game. Almost breathless here, Peter. This is frantic stuff. 45 minutes just seem to fly by. Here's hoping both teams can maintain this level. Are leading by one in a finely poised game.
It's 2-1 at half-time.
It's off target and quite away. Well, that was highly impressive. He went through them like a knife through butter, so that's raised an alarm or two. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that is expertly dealt with. And that is well cleared. Schlotterbeck cuts out the pass. And it's Batistuta. That looks a cracking ball. He's having a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. Picked out brilliantly. Tries to get it clear. Messi. Threads one in. Saliba calmly anticipates. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Raikkonen. Azar can so cleverly bypass the press. Now, can they get him away? That's been slipped through. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing. There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here. They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
That's a sharp finish. They've done it again. It is incredible. Oh, what
A fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely elite. It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it. Substitutions taking place. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Arsenal drag themselves back again. Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game. That is ended up in no man's land. Mbappe, and he was quick to react. It's clear to see that he is not at all happy with that. His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be. It'll be a throw-in. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though. And he's hit on shot!
surely? Goal, the Netherlands!
And they've got their lead back. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment. Now look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that. The Netherlands have their lead. Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the number one contender, and he's done it again. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now? Oh, that's fabulous. Coutinho stood his ground strongly. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. So the winner's bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collection.
What happened? Please, Efootball. One game, guys, one game.
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running. I still feel that this man Diego Forlan is a little unappreciated, Peter, despite all of his achievements. Why might that be? I suppose the fact that success came slowly, his career has been a tale of patience and early setbacks, but that's what made him what he is now. In many ways, it's made him much stronger. Xabi Alonso, somewhat off target. And he shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And again!
Oh, he has lettered that.
Cherky. he get away here? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And no, he's seen through all of that. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Little pass back. Gets a good foot in there. Juke. Now, can they get him away? That's an excellent interception. Neither side yet able to find the net. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia. Now Kvaratskhelia! Oh, that's rather wayward. Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back. And it's played forward. Played backwards here. Almost half an hour in now. Cherki. Oh, he's having a go! It's bounced back off the post. He's keen, determined to have his say. Lampoon Warriors really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue. Robertson, Neymar, is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. And it's Rice. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Raikkonen. And it's Xabi Alonso. It's not the most convincing of passes. And he's there to belt it away. Rice. Rice really struggling to influence the game.
And that brings the first half to a close. A decent enough
Half, but neither side
able to get
on the score sheet.
time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How would you review the first half? I think it's been a decent enough one.
Despite the half stagnating a little, if I can put it that way, Peter, we want to see some of that craft we got to see earlier on in the game. Everyone's going to have to find a way to just up the standard again. So we reached the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. The second half is up and running. So neither side has yet broken through. Oh, that's superb. It's Neymar!
That's a sharp
Finish.
Now they've waited. Now they have it.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome. Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence. We were made to look a little lost, in all honesty. You felt it was coming. 1-0. Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully. Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level. Van Dijk cuts it out. Cherki. And here's Forlan. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter. They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
What are you thinking? Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now. Kvaratskhelia looking to pass their way up the pitch. And here's Forlan. Pops it off it and wins back the ball. Looking for options for movement. Looking for a runner. Good ball over the top.
Finish!
Oh, that's fabulous! A finish of true class! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof. So we have movement on both benches. Things starting to look very comfortable. You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it. Now they have it. Ball in towards the middle. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Xavi Alonso. Gerrard producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Pele. That has been cut short. It's a sharp pass. Leading by 2, and the finishing line is right.
And that's a real chance missed.
Well, it wasn't to be this time, but that should add to his level of confidence. Something they can really do with it at the moment. Substitution. Unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here, and he was quick to react. Raikkonen, that has ended up in no man's land. Looking to play him in. Pele. De Bruyne. Now it's Villa. Darren Fletcher. Needs a sharp little ball here. And they're quick to get it back.
And that's that.
Division 1.
The Netherlands are enjoying their moments of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency and certainty, as we've come to expect from them. Your final thought?
Subscribe. Oh my God.
So bring it on. Height, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football.
And we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's down to business here. The midfield 3. Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Al-Khaldia with the corner, there first. Dealt with nicely by the defence. The Netherlands are looking to go forward now. Leicester proves too strong, too smart. Looking for options for movement. A quick look, thought about cutting inside.
Roberto Carlos, Peter, might have had more of an impact on the world game than any other fullback before or since.
In what regard?
Well, with his pace, skills and his overlapping runs, he effectively revolutionised the role. He turned the fullback into a vital attacking weapon. It inspired so many players to be just like him.
Front-footed pressing going on here. Alex Robertson. And this is Batistuta.
The shot! Goal! The invitation was
Clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Turan is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. He's a sharp little ball here. A real chance and a real let-off. Baresi is there and he can pick it up. And he's running through. Plenty to aim.
back here. Mbappe! It's a goal! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
That is lovely. Finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Seydorf.
And the shot! Oh, brilliant from Yamal! What a delicious goal.
Strokes in like a maestro. Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level than most of his peers.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Lichtenfeld. Saliba calmly anticipates. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
And the referee has blown for half-time. That was a very watchable and
Entertaining half of football.
it's fair to say that both teams have
Played their
part. And we are up to the break.
I've been left almost breathless here, Peter. This is frightening stuff.
45 minutes just seem to fly by. Here's hoping both teams can maintain this level.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So
the second half. The Netherlands can really do with some bigger names standing up here at times. And the finish!
And it's in.
Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down! Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
The Netherlands drag themselves back again. This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant. And he's quick to snatch it back. And this is Batistuta. Great ball, takes a shot. It's
And the keeper couldn't hold it. Goal, the Netherlands!
They've got it! It was coming! They have their reward! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
And he couldn't finish.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Here's
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there. Batistuta actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Leicester can get it clear. Neymar! Mbappe with the clearance. Dembele, it's Dembele! And he stuck it away!
It's level again.
What a match we have!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can't come into it, and it didn't.
Substitution on the field. Number 21, Mbappe.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Number 7.
So again, we have parity. Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from the big game.
Schneider. Number 19, Owen.
And it's Roberto Carlos.
Picked out Anderson.
And no, he couldn't find the finish. Anderson fully appreciates that. He could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
Nicely weighted ball. Roberto Carlos. That is headed. He leaps for it.
Adriano gets flagged offside. Alcaldía clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very
Frantic end
to this game. Pelé. Oh, now here's an interesting
matchup. And no, he had to, and yet
He could not. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work. Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. This is intriguing. Next goal critical. Well,
Taken back.
oh, and they really should have been made to pay. I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Anderson, a player whose confidence, whose sense of adventure rubs off on all of those. Oh, he's been caught this time, surely.
He pondered over it, and that goes down as a chance.
If they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive. Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Pedri. Now it's Villa. Oh, this looks sharp. That's Valverde. And this is Adriano. He's picked his ball, shooting.
That has got to be it!
And it's
A game that is a tale of one that's gone away. A position of great promise they established.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant
Buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
So it's away we go then. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical
Terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proof positive that being a top-class centre half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9", but he's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning. And this is such good technique. Now this could be pressure. He feels none of it. Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one. Madrid finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Cross running towards the middle. Rice carries the ball down the right. Little
Foul. That is a foul. It's not taken him long. That's going to be a booking.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Robertson. Now this could be a chance. Oh, good looking ball. The Netherlands very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. Oh, there's a probing ball. Couldn't squeeze it through. Rice pinches it off him. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Serginho lofted in.
He's got a goal!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly
What was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now. A really thumping header. Absolutely crashes it in. Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Looking for options for movement. Duke showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And that was asking for too much. Saliba. This is a promising build-up. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
And it's DiMarco. Always onto this. DiMarco puts them all in. Goal kick as confirmed by the referee. The pass has been well intercepted. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
That is a little undercooked.
Rice.
Great vision. Serginho wants to run onto this. That's the end of the first 45. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet.
truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time.
So, nothing in it, Jim. What do you think?
Well, it's been a decent game so far, Peter, although I think in the next 45 minutes we
Could do with the ball being moved around quicker with a view to trying to entice their opponents out of position. I don't think they'll
Be a mad rush to do that.
just yet.
So, all square at half-time. Each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. So, straight into the second half. Great shot!
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Duke. He's in a great position here. Good take, and is he in? Big chance! And now they can clear their lines. This is the time you need that pace. And this is Gerrard. Oh, he's been caught napping. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Duke unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And he welcomes it. There's the shot!
And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
DiMarco actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's
Time for them to use it.
Keeper's dealt with that. And now a sudden chance to counter. DiMarco. No, that's been intercepted. Matches Cunha. Madrid are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And it's Hullet. Great ball if he can get there. That is a brilliant interception. Batistuta chasing after it. Gerrard. Matches Cunha. Koundé played into space. And he's there to belt it away. Duke. Matches Cunha. Xavi Alonso. And it's Xavi Alonso.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
It's a goal kick. Are signalling changes here. Both at the same time. Number 10. Number 4. Into the last 5 minutes. Number 13. There to retrieve it. Coming on the field. It's made its way to him.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Substitutions taking place. 2 added minutes has been indicated.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
Oh, great leap! Oh, it's taken a
Deflection. And that is as much as we have time for.
Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be
Getting away very soon. And we're underway. Manchester United have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated, but in truth, with the right personnel, it works just as well as any other system or formation. Success can still be had with it, and teams are still winning big trophies with exactly this setup.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a goal, the Netherlands! And it's the Netherlands who take the lead. That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Jude. This one, but it's Luca!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Now it's pull it, and here's Messi. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And here's pull it, and yes, it's there! Manchester United are back on level terms. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's desperately finished, and he's done that so often.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Rice. Oh, there's a probing ball. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Manchester United are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course,
He's had a shot!
That was no routine save.
that's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Manchester United with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Goal! Manchester United! And the comeback is great corner, and he did the rest.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Manchester United have their lead.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Now it's Martinez. Mateus. He's having a pop.
And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, nicely intercepted. Messi. Right card.
That's the end of the first 45. Well, the scoreline at half.
Half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. So there was the first half.
Well, I can tell you it's been an absolutely fantastic watch, Peter. I wish I could come here every week.
It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
So that was the first half, and we...
We'll be back with the second half shortly.
So, into the second half.
The Netherlands can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Pull it. Xavi Alonso. De Bruyne. And it's Rice. Jude. De Bruyne. Mateus. De Bruyne. Looking for options. And that is Smuta! Now, who's going to be first to this? Koundé. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Here it is, crossed in.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Can they find a way to turn around this deficit? It's a sharp pass.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space. Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer... And the shot!
De Bruyne plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Jude. Rice. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Passes short and sharp. No foul, says the referee.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision. That pass just didn't quite work. Martinez. Now it's Neymar. Martinez picked out brilliantly. And he stuck it away.
2 up and in charge.
And things are looking pretty good for them now. What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy. Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway.
exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating. Here's Batistuta.
And he was there to get a vital touch. I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Netherlands with the corner. They're first. Not quite. Yeah, he may have snatched it down a bit, even though it was quite close. He's gone forward. Roberto Carlos is there to clear. De Bruyne. Can he get it through? De Gea gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. And it's Snyder. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, can I bring his manager?
Cannavaro with the clearance. Good read, needed to be. Rice running with intent. And here's Batistuta. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Neymar. Well, nothing to report in terms of goals, but it's not for the want of trying.
Well, it's certainly not a grab affair, Peter. It's had its moments.
Well positioned here. Big relief, it just needed better contact.
The Netherlands really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Messi. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. That pass isn't the best. 15 minutes till half time. Roberto Carlos. Crossfield, changing the point of attack.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Otto is offering some sort of an and collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. That's a cute ball. Oh, no joy this time. Nicely weighted ball. He's in plenty of space here. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. De Bruyne. And that has left him in a heap. Chiellini gets across to intercept that. There will be 1 minute added time. Isco. That's the end of the first 45. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for a lack of trying.
How's the first half compared with your expectation? The Netherlands really seemed to lose their way a bit.
He said, Peter, having started the game quite strongly, I think the boss is going to have to find a way to reignite the fire now.
So we reached the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. Back on the way then.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Xavi Alonso.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
And here's Dembele. Chance for a shot. And one more try. Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
It's a lovely, neat pass.
Good try, very good try, in fact. Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
Now it's Batistuta. He's picked his way through. Robertson has it out.
Wide in its face.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Number 7, De Bruyne. Number 15, Isco. Coming on the field, number 18. Up there.
But he's left disappointed.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack.
I would.
Vicious ball here.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
There's great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Maradona.
Going face to face with his great rival. Oh, well played, well played.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
That's really well manoeuvred. It's a searching pass.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
The Netherlands clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it...
Incredible! Just incredible! A breakthrough! So late in the
It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move, and he read it perfectly.
Madrid look like they've won it, but it's not over yet.
Well, I can wholeheartedly say, Peter, they deserve this. But has the opposition enough spirit left in them now to maybe find a way back?
Goal kick. No, I stand corrected. It's a corner.
Cross to the back post. This official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. That's a risky ball, you've got to say.
Chiellini. And we're done.
Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful.